1+3 Studios.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, I don't know if you know this about me, but every shoot, I eat like an entire box of Cheez-Its. I have to. I'm like addicted to Cheez-Its. And so today we're gonna talk about addictions. Weird addictions. Let's do it.
Number 10.
Plastic surgery. Some addictions are more expensive than others. In most cases, people get like one procedure and then they move on with their lives. They fix their nose or their eyebrows. Plastic surgery addicts, however, are never satisfied with their appearance. They always think they're like one more surgery away from being perfect. So plastic surgery addiction is often a result of body dysmorphic disorder, which is like an unhealthy obsession with your physical appearance. Someone with BDD might look in the mirror and see all these flaws that don't actually exist. BDD can also lead to other body modifications, like getting a ton of tattoos, crazy piercings, even elective amputations. You know what I hate about myself? This arm, having one in general. Millionaire socialite Jocelyn Wildenstein has reportedly spent over $4 million on plastic surgery to look more like a cat. Meow. Apparently, her husband is obsessed with jungle cats and wants to have sex with them. She does not look like a cat, though. She looks like a woman with way too much plastic surgery. Talk about an expensive pussy. Talk about an expensive piece of tail. Number 9, eating dirt. Turns out dirt can hurt. If anyone ever tells you to go eat dirt, you tell them that it's a mental illness and they shouldn't make fun of that, and you'll be the cool kid. Earth eating is well documented by medical and anthropological journals. Its official name is geophagy, and it's a type of pica, which is a disorder where people have the desire to eat non-food items, like Cheez-Its. So there are some cases of people in extreme poverty where they eat dirt to survive because they're not getting enough minerals from the food because they're not really eating any food. And occasionally, pregnant women can develop this craving if their diet is low in minerals. I'd say pop a prenatal vitamin or a handful of dirt. Most people who eat dirt are suffering from some sort of mental illness like schizophrenia, and the eating dirt is a coping mechanism. This one woman, Christy Spinoza, suffers from pica, and she said that she's always eaten dirt. She said the smell of soil is comforting because it reminds her of her dad, who dug pools for a living, and her grandfather, who was a gardener. If you are what you eat, does that make this girl dirty? Her addiction has led to her needing over $20,000 in dental work, and it may have contributed to her developing pancreatic cancer. Little dirt won't hurt you. A lot of dirt will give you pancreatic cancer and $20,000 in teeth bills.
Number 8.
Addiction to funerals. This is weird. Most people hate going to funerals because it means that someone you love has died. Not Luis Carisi from Brazil. He loves funerals. I mean, Luis means business. He's attended every single funeral in his hometown for the past 20 years. Luis says it all started when his father died and he got hooked and became obsessed with going to funerals. This makes it make a little more sense in my head, and now I feel like kind of a dick for making fun of it. Luis wakes up every morning and listens for death announcements. And if there are no announcements, he kills someone. No, I'm just kidding. He calls the local hospitals and he'll see if anyone died that's just not been announced yet. This guy leaves no headstone unturned. He even quit his job so he would have more time to attend funerals. And the people in his town, they support him. A spokesperson for local funeral homes said that he would be missed and that people love seeing him at the funerals. Sounds like a bunch of enablers if you ask me.
Number 7.
Drinking blood. Drinking blood is a bizarre and dangerous addiction. Because there was this tattoo artist from California named Michelle, and they told her story on TLC's My Strange Addiction. She drinks blood. She drinks 1 liter of blood a day. That's this much, but not tasty orangina, it's blood. And she doesn't just drink blood, she mixes it into her soups, stir fries, even Bloody Marys. She says,
I get cravings like someone craving a cigarette. I drink it while reading, relaxing, or painting.
that's just weird.
What? A lot of people like to finger paint.
And just like other addictions, this one can lead to people doing crazy things to get their fix. In Turkey, doctors published reports of this guy who started cutting his own arm to drink his blood. Doctors think he drinks blood because of a dissociative identity disorder that he's developed because of all this trauma in his life. He suffered the loss of his daughter, he watched his uncle get murdered, and then he witnessed another murder where someone was decapitated. I mean, yeah, that's enough to give you an identity crisis. And drinking blood isn't good for this guy. It can lead to an iron overdose and exposure to bloodborne illnesses. This guy was treated for blood drinking, and doctors say his addiction is in remission. He still sleeps in a coffin though.
Number 6.
Eating cremated remains. Some people like to scatter ashes on their breakfast. This woman, Casey, was married to Sean when he died of complications of an asthma attack and he was cremated. Ever since then, she's been addicted to eating his ashes. Yeah, makes funeral guys seem real normal. She says this all started when she was transferring her husband's ashes into an urn and some got on her hand and she just absentmindedly licked it off. Like you do. So eating her husband's ashes is a coping mechanism for her loss, and she does it compulsively. She describes the taste as a combination of rotten eggs, sand, and sandpaper. She loves it. She carries his ashes with her everywhere, to the movies, restaurants, shopping, just in case she wants a little taste. This is a tough addiction because it stems from like an emotional loss, but she's also gonna run out of the ashes eventually. And what's she gonna do then? Apparently she's eaten about 1 pound so far and has about 5 pounds of ashes to go.
Number 5.
Snorting baby powder. Fuck yeah. You might be better off snorting cocaine. I don't know, I don't snort either. Just don't snort things up your nose. 28-year-old Jay from Houston is addicted to snorting baby powder. Her addiction began when she was young and she accidentally spilled some powder and then inhaled it by mistake. She said she didn't mean to inhale it, it just sort of happened. Story of my life. Since she started sniffing baby powder, she estimates that she snorted about 1,100 pounds of it. That much powder has a street value of over $5,000. That's not cocaine, that's the amount of baby powder. $5,000 worth of baby powder. Yeah, snorting baby powder or talcum is a bad idea. It can lead to aspiration pneumonia, which comes from breathing foreign bodies into your lungs. It can damage your airways. And the worst part, doesn't even make you high.
Number 4.
Drinking pee. So a 53-year-old woman is addicted to drinking her own pee because she believes it helps her battle cancer. She was featured on TLC's My Strange Addiction, and when the episode aired, she had been drinking pee for 4 years. She says it tastes like water, so why not just drink water? And she doesn't just drink pee, she bathes in it, brushes her teeth with it, washes her eyes with it, and snorts it. To be fair, she's not the first person to think of drinking urine as a health elixir. It was also in ancient Egyptian and Chinese texts. They advocated it. And while it's not as dangerous as some other addictions, doctors say it's not a good idea. It won't cure cancer, and you can often get dehydrated from drinking your own pee too many times. If you want to change your life, just read my book. It's called Don't Drink Pee. You can miss with piss.
Number 3.
Pulling your hair out. Compulsively pulling out your hair is a psychological condition known as trichotillomania, or trick. An estimated 11 million Americans suffer from it, and 80 to 90% of those people are women. Trick is an impulse control disorder, and sufferers can't deny the urge to pull out their hair. Ash Hodges wrote about her struggles with trick, and she said that she would pull out her own hair to cope with anxiety, which seems like a vicious cycle because you pull out your hair because you're anxious, and then you get bald spots, which makes you more anxious, and then you want to pull out more hair, but your hair's gone, which makes you even more anxious. She went as far as to pull out her eyebrows, eyelashes, armpits, and even her pubic hair. We just call that like a triple Brazilian. At one point, her addiction got so bad that she shaved her head to keep herself from pulling her hair out. Now, she says she's focused on getting her anxiety under control, and then we'll deal with the hair pulling issue.
Number 2.
Bee stings. Stinging yourself with bees. Hold still, you might feel a little prick. Margaret became addicted to bee stings after hearing that bee venom therapy could help with arthritis. So kid, like weed. For over 10 years, she's been stinging herself with bees over 100 times a week. That's a lot of bee stings. Apparently, she gets a really long pair of tweezers and then holds a bee in the tweezers against her skin until it stings her. Sounds like a complicated process. She says she likes getting stung in a variety of places. Her elbows, ankles, tip of the nose, and the kneecap is one of her favorites. The most bees she's ever had in one sitting was 20, which she did on her hip. Margaret claims that after 10 stings, sex with her husband is great. I feel like if I were her husband, I'd be offended by that. After 10 stings, it's great. Before, it sucks. I never have to ask the bee if it's in. Margaret is so into bee stings that she has multiple hives in her backyard. She goes there and hangs out and plays the flute for them. Yeah, no, she really says that. She's like the Pied Piper of bee stings. She says she mourns every bee who gives its life for its sting. These bees are dying? She's a monster.
Number 1.
Tanorexia. I get my tan in a can. Tanorexia is an unhealthy dependence on tanning. Tanorexia is wanting to look like this and thinking you look good. That's all you have to know about this disease. She is a beautiful shade of Oompa Loompa. You know what they say, once you go orange. Guys, what rhymes with orange?
Melanoma.
All right, guys, that's it. That's all the addictions I got for you. After seeing that list, Cheez-Its aren't so bad, so I'm gonna keep eating them, all right? I'm Kelly Landry, and you're smarter than you were.
Thank you for watching this Equals 3 Studios production. To watch another episode, click here. Also, don't forget to subscribe.
And now, my Chewbacca impression. I'll work on it.